What's up guys, Duarte here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and today we are going to take a look once again at this node, Sight for Sore Eyes. I made a video about this node a few months ago, and I was using a team that it would win 50% of the times. It was not completely reliable, and I decided to delete that video because I thought it was not up to my standards. It was not reliable enough. So yeah, I decided to backtrack that video and then come up with another team that would beat this node one shot way more reliably on Ultimus 7 difficulty 5. So this is not for beginner players, and obviously you are not doing Ultimus 7, but if you are doing the Ultimus 7 at difficulty 0 or difficulty 1, there are many options where you can use in this node that will allow you to one-shot it. This is just for the difficulty 5 because yeah, it's the hardest we have available, and this is a very tricky node. We have Vision, Hawkeye, we have Yondu, we have Green Goblin, many of the characters that remove your buffs and also apply debuffs to you. So that's quite annoying. And with characters like Daredevil, it's also a problem because they also do more damage to villains. So you have to be careful with the amount of villains you use or the situation where you use them. So yeah, we'll take a look at a clip of the team I've been using, and we'll take a look at the characters that I used to defeat this node. I use it because now I no longer do the right side lane or also the left side lane. Both have this node, the Sight for Sore Eyes. So yeah, I think it's a very important node. It affects many people because it's in so many lanes. And yeah, so let's take a look at the characters I use there right now. And I think if you follow this video that I'm going to show you, you'll be very successful doing it. If not 100% of the time, at least 90% of the time or 95% of the time. So the characters that we will be using, it's going to be Thanos, and he's going to be the tank, and he's also going to be providing energy, but he's going to be providing energy in an unusual way. Then we'll be using Anemo. Is Thanos' girlfriend, and he provides a lot of helpful buffs: defense up, offense down to the enemies, applies slow, applies some regeneration, and it does okay damage. Now we are going to complement these two characters, the tank and the support, with the damage from Hela. She spreads debuffs to other enemies, and that's going to be very important. She also applies Disrupt, which is important in this node because you can disrupt characters like Drax or Yondu that really like to gain buffs and being annoying. And on top of that, we have Greg, which will be in the way many times. And if Thanos is not taunting, or if there is some splash damage, there is a high chance that Greg will be killed, and then we'll turn rewind the enemies. Now, to help on that, and Hela's best friend is probably Emma Frost. Emma Frost together with Hela is just amazing. She applies slow, and she reduces the speed of the enemies by 10% with her passive, so that's quite amazing. She has a lot of survivability, so she also has self-healing. That's going to be important because Ebony Maw is not the biggest healer out there. He provides a shield that increases the sustain of these characters, but overall in terms of healing is not great. So he needs to be paired with characters that have self-healing, which is the case of Emma Frost and Hela. And on top of that, with her basic, with Emma Frost, will be able to remove buffs from certain targets like Drax, like Vision, and so on, to make sure we kill them as fast as possible. So we can also apply ability block with Ebony Maw and also gain a shield from his passive ability. On top of all that, Emma Frost can also apply blind and make sure the enemies kill each other, and that's quite helpful because sometimes, like, this team has good damage, but sometimes this ability really helps, especially if you can apply some defense down to some of the characters. And lastly, the character that we want to use on this team is Phoenix. Phoenix, she's just amazing. She will die quite fast, and that's going to be great. Because we have the slow from Emma Frost, and because we also have the Greg from Ella, we actually have a little bit more time to use this ability and make sure that Phoenix survives, and then that Ebony Maw can give her defense up and so on. And then she will give a lot of damage, and she'll also apply regeneration to the allies, which will be important to help Ebony Maw with the healing. And of course, she does massive damage with all her abilities, which is going to be great. If you can apply defense down to one of the characters, of the enemy characters, and then spread it around with Hela, that's going to be very helpful, but it's not exactly necessary. Now, we have all seen these characters before, so what exactly changes and what exactly makes this team better than other versions of the same team that we have saw in the past? So the difference, as you can see, is right here on the screen. It's the positioning of the characters. Many times when we are running this team, it happens that Ebony Maw does not have enough energy, because Thanos, even that he's giving energy to Ebony Maw, sometimes it's just not enough. And like this, having them, just the two of them together, that will guarantee that Ebony Maw will always have energy to give defense up to the allies and offense down to the enemies. And it also fixes one of the core problems of using Ebony Maw, Hela, and Thanos, and it was something that I talked about in the past when we were taking a look at the team from Schubberger 84, the Maw and Order, because we had Greg stealing the energy from Thanos and from Ebony Maw, and that was a huge problem. And like this situation, it's much better, because instead, if we have Thanos here or on the middle, there will be three positionings where Greg can steal the energy. Like this, there will be only two positions where he can steal energy. So that's a 33% improve on energy distribution efficiency, and that's quite significant, as you'll see in the video. Okay, so here we go. It's first attack, first shot. The other guy from my alliance, he tried to do it, but unfortunately he was not able to. So we are going there with a full attempt and display this team that works so perfectly. And you'll see it in action, and you'll see that at no point we were in like a super dangerous situation, and yeah, so it's quite reliable. So we had to apply the heal block there, we have to apply the offense down there with the taunt, and as you can see, we can apply the defense up right away before anyone attacks, especially Daredevil, which is a problem. And because Thanos taunted, then Phoenix also gets the taunt, which is great. Here Emma Frost applies the slow, so we have enough time to breathe with Phoenix. She keeps getting attacked because she's lower than the other characters, and she's already on Dark Phoenix. So now we can slow everyone for 2 turns, and now you'll use Greg to turn rewind them to give us time to protect Phoenix. So now we have the mind control with the blind. If we kill the target, the blind goes for someone else. I decided to go for that Ravager Boomer, because he does a nice amount of AoE damage. But if you'd go for one of these hero controller characters, it would be fine. You would be up with a shield right now, and that will give you a lot of protection to your Phoenix. So Vision is dead thanks to the ultimate from Phoenix. Now we have ability block to spread around. We don't have the slow. You want to apply the slow and the ability block, so it's something you have to decide. So I decided to go for the defense down, the slow, and for the offense down. So that gives a huge protection. But Ebony Maw came right away with the defense up, offense down, which is fine. And as you can see, this is one of the reasons why you want to disrupt Yondu if you have the chance, because he steals buffs from you and he gets a lot stronger. If one of those buffs is offense up, it can be a problem. So he is gone. We have still plenty of shield in most of our characters. We are still using the basic from Phoenix because we have no reason to heal. Even the other characters are at a very good health. Now he'll Thanos a little bit with his ultimate. Now he focus on Drax, so he's not in the way. I didn't explode Greg, so we can use him on the next turn. And we want to get rid of Green Goblin, and then we can focus on the hero controller. So once again we get more shield, because right now Thanos doesn't have any shield, but he has defense up, which is quite nice. So the bigger the Thanos you have, the better this team is going to be. We have a few targets we can focus on. I decided to go for Scarlet Witch. She can be quite annoying. You never want her to get her turn 2. And now we have the mind control once again. The characters, most of the characters are not affected by the blind, so I decided to go for Vision, which actually suffers from the blind. So in case we can't kill him, at least he was blinded. But we did kill him, and that was just fine. We have 4 characters left, so as you can see, like, all the characters are pretty high on health. We have Thanos always with his ultimate ready. We have Thanos with his taunt always ready. So it's not like we are struggling. All of these characters can heal themselves. And finally, I used the special from Phoenix, but it's not like I had to. Greg turn rewinding these guys once again. Emma Frost flipping those buffs into debuffs. And now we have 1 enemy left. So as you can see, this team is very, very reliable, and it makes a huge difference the fact that Ebony Maw and Thanos are together. It's a huge difference, and it's also a huge difference, like I said, in terms of Greg stealing energy. So yeah, easy mode, as you guys saw, huge difference in terms of reliability compared to other strategies I have seen. I think this positioning really makes a huge difference, and as you saw, I did 100% of the damage. It was a complete attempt on this node, also the node before. So that's going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. The best team against the Vision node on Ultimus 7 difficulty 5. This team is around 5 red stars each, all of them at 7 yellow, except for Emma Frost, but it's not like she needs it. All of these characters are useful for Dark Dimension 3, so there is a very high chance that you already have them at gear tier 14. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, you know what to do. You smash that like button like a boss. Make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook, Discord, and so on, so they have an easier time doing this node. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.